Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. And just a while ago, I made a video, and while it was loading, I was playing around with it, and I measured from the center of the hole to the edge of the pentagon is exactly 10 inches. So once you have that measurement, life is a lot shorter, and you don't have to worry about pentagons and polygons. So hold down the control button and make a perfect line. Let's make it 10 inches. And you don't even have to do that. Let's do this. Thought of another way. Let's set our nudge factor on 10 inches. Let's Control D that indexing line and nudge it up 10 inches. Take a 9.5 inch circle, 9.5. Somehow I unlocked my ratio. 9.5 and put it right on that indexing line. Then Control D and make a duplicate. Move the center rotation to the center of that. A lot of times it doesn't look like it, but if you do it, well, that time it didn't. A lot of times it's better to come off of it. Now it says center, and we are. Control D and make a duplicate of it and rotate it at 72 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D. Now, because it's again a five-sided object, let me move this out of the way. We need to Control G to group it and then rotate it from this center indexing lines 36 degrees. Because we want a bit of work with something right up in here. So now let's draw a 3-inch circle. Hit P, put it in the center of the page, and then we'll start moving it and hold down the control button. Whoop. And get it where it fits almost perfectly. And then let's change our nudge factor to something less. Let's see, 0.01. And nudge this circle down so they're touching. And we can always zoom in. And I think we're good. Now I would test it. I would take a square or rectangle tool, fill it in with a smart fill tool, and we're not quite there yet. Same thing as the other problem we had earlier. Take that and just nudge it down a little bit more. Take the smart fill tool, fill that in. We're good to go. Now, take this one, Control D and make a duplicate. Double click on your rotation and put it to the center. Always double check it. I think I've already made a duplicate, so let's go 72 degrees. Control D, 144. Control D, Control D. Now, as always, I would take my rectangle, but I would test it to make sure we're not leaking. So take the rectangle tool, fill that in with the smart fill tool, and voila, back up now. Now take out these center lines, these interior parts of the circle. Very easily done. And I was actually reading the PDF that came with instructions, and I think it says right here, if you have to fudge it a bit to get things to line up, that's fine. And that's kind of what we're doing. Now we're going to draw that 1/2 inch hole in the circle again in the center. Doesn't have to be a 1/2 inch. And put it in the center. And then use the smart fill tool to fill that in. And there's our shape without having to draw a polygon. So, or a pentagon, if you know that measurement. If your drawing was to scale, or you've already got one in hand, and you just want to draw it, and we knew that was 10 inches. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.